You are in the Temple of the Rants, where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. You can get one of these by being one of those. This one's for Jens Bauman, who says, rant about anime series with the absurdly powerful student council trope. In any normal high school, the student council would have the glorious power of helping with organizing school festivities and maybe managing club budgets. But in many anime series, e.g., the various Battle High School ones, the student council pretty much runs the school, dishes out punishment for students, organizes life or death tournaments, introduces new rules, seems to be feared even by the teachers, and often even has its own student council palace, where favored students are allowed to serve refreshments to the student council president. What does this trope come from, and why do anime series seem to like it so much? Well, as for where it comes from, I think it's just one of those things that the more it happens, the more it continues to happen. I mean, that's generally kind of how anime is. One series does it, another series that's influenced by that series does it. The trope keeps getting played with. I don't know, like, what was the first anime with an absurdly powerful student council, or, like, if that was, like, immediately a trend, or if it slowly rose up, if it was just that they kept getting more powerful over time as the joke kept getting one-upped. Like, I always think of Revolutionary Girl Utena as an example where, the student council literally presides at the top of this tower and they're fighting duels to revolutionize the world, and, like, they don't even seem to have that much power in the school necessarily. They seem like a pretty normal student council, but, like, they are being granted this chance at some kind of ultimate power. But yeah, as for why, and I kind of go into this in the Utena video that I have coming out, it's because school in these shows is a microcosm for a society. The point of these shows is that they're not really about high school. There are some shows that are really about high school. Like if you think about K-On! Or something, that show is about the transient experience of this particular moment in adolescence, the connections you make, the idea that you're going to leave it behind. And, like, it's not that it's, a message that you can only relate to in terms of high school. Like, there's application to other aspects of your life, of the general mono no aware that you transpire through as you live. But, like, it is specifically commenting on the evolution you undergo in high school via the people around you. In K-On! This is even contextualized by, like, the episode with Sawako's the wedding of her friend, where it's like this is definitively a character outside of high school looking back on the experience of what the K-On! Girls are going through. That's a show about high school. A show that takes place in a high school, but where it basically functions as a micro nation, that is a show trying to comment on something larger. It's using high school because it's such a controlled and smaller environment. Like, it would be very difficult to make a show about a country, about all of its policies, about its foreign affairs, about, the different heads of state and all the constituency of the people. If you can take that and reduce it to one building where there's about 5 or 6 people in charge and only a few hundred students, you can still comment on the same kind of things that go on in a bigger society, using this as a small one. So, yeah, usually those absurdly powerful student councils are just metaphors for world leaders. They're just metaphors for, the president and his cabinet, if you will. So, like, yeah, I think that's pretty much the whole gist of it. Most of those shows are, about something else. Like, I think of Majikoi. Like, that's not a show about high school. That's a show about, like, what's the word I'm looking for? International politics. What is the role? There's, like, a specific leadership role I'm trying to think of. Whatever. Foreign affairs. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, like, there are high school anime that are just using it as a palatable, easy to write with excuse to talk about bigger things. And I think that's usually what the student council is there for, if not just to be a goofy trope, just a thing that is in anime and people like it, so let's do it more. It could even just be a way to comment on celebrity, like having certain students be just more well known than anybody else, and like the best excuse for that is to put them in a position of power. You know, any of those reasons are good reasons why it's like that.